The Romneys continue to give and give and give. Regardless of what happens tonight on Super Tuesday, conventional wisdom is that Mitt Romney will end up being the nominee. There has been a game plan provided, oddly enough, by Newt Gingrich on how to attack Mitt Romney. He is someone who is so out of touch, not just that because he has $250 million net worth to the extent that we can know because he hid so much of his money on offshore accounts. Not simply because he makes $20 million a year and pays less taxes, less on as a percentage on those taxes than I do on my significantly less than $20 million a year, or your significantly less than $20 million a year, but because he is fundamentally out of touch. There's almost a disdain for people who are not rich like Mitt Romney. If you wear a poncho at a NASCAR event, you're wearing a cheap coat. Corporations are people too. I could go on and on and on. And despite the fact that his wife, Ann Romney, may not be as much of a jerk-off about it as he is, the fact is that she is just as out of touch as he is. We've talked in the past about how she spoke about their roughing it when they were in grad school, living off of what in today's dollars would amount to hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of stock options and stocks that Mitt Romney's dad had given him. Remember, Mitt Romney's dad was not only a governor of Michigan, he was also the chair of the American Motors Company, a very large automotive company at the time. And here is Ann Romney trying to explain to all of you and us how she's just like all of us. Like, she's not blinded by her $250 million net worth to the extent that we can know that that's all the money because some of it may be on offshore accounts. She's not in any way deaf to the experiences of people who don't rake in $20 million a year and have, 4, 5 houses around the country. No. In fact, let's just hear her in her own words on Fox News.
And so, we can be poor in spirit. And I don't look, and I don't even consider myself wealthy, which is an interesting thing. It can be here today and gone tomorrow.
Yeah. It's true. One minute you have $250 million. The next minute you could have just 20. But she is right. It is an interesting thing. Because it speaks to the delusion and the bubble that she lives in. If you don't realize that you're wealthy with $250 million net worth, you cannot realize that there are people who are poor or that there are people who are middle class that struggle. You can have absolutely zero concept of that. She's not just saying that she doesn't even think of herself as wealthy. She is saying what wealthy people experience every day, that they never even contemplate money. That it's simply not an issue, which is an experience that, empirically speaking, virtually no people experience. The idea that there is no thing I look at, there is no crisis that I could experience. There is nothing that could make me ask the question, can we afford this? Can my kids go to college? Can they afford braces? Can we put food on the table? Are we going to be able to pay for this if we have a healthcare crisis? None of it. And she's so oblivious that she can't even, like her husband, fake it. She doesn't even realize how offensive that is. In fact, she actually thinks that she's making herself like a common person by saying this. Only a person with a $250 million net worth could say something like that. I don't even think of myself as wealthy. I just think of myself as just really lucky to never, ever have to think about money for some reason that I can't possibly imagine what it is. It's interesting.